and I'm quite sure you were quite instrumental in making this happen. So just run us through what was the thought process, how did you think about it, what was the concept all about?
Mantri, it's lovely to see you here, and I think you've played a lot of cricket. I have played a lot of cricket at Gujarat, and where we stand today is how cricket stands today in the country. More games, more competitive games, and more structured games, where not only we get the top cricketers from the state. When you get around 90 cricketers from the state coming together and competing each other, and each one of them wanting to play for the state, maybe tomorrow for the country, eventually, and each one starts feeling important. When you divide them into 6 teams, with corporates coming in, the amalgamation of the corporate and the cricket is now inevitable. We have to have this consolidation of both the areas where the sport and the corporate do come along, and the merger brings out a beautiful product like this, where the way it's branded, the way it's perceived, the way it's presented, is giving the players a lot to look forward to. They start feeling important about themselves. Very important for a guy coming from a small village. Gujarat is spread out into various 8 districts, or maybe 10 districts for that matter. Someone coming from Daman, Dadra Nagar Haveli, Valsad, Surat, Kheda, Banaskantha, Sabarkantha, Ahmedabad, Gandhinagar, Mehsana, wherever. And those talents which are surrounded through, when they are brought together, aggregated, and when they compete each other with the top players like Priyank, Chintan, whoever is playing for the India A's today, or the Dilip Trophy, or captain the Ranji Trophy, I think when you get the chance to play, in that fashion against the top players, with the coaches also, what we have done is we have segregated 12 top coaches of the state into 6 teams, so they start getting the camaraderie between the players and them. They start thinking together before the season comes, and this allows us to pick players for the coming Mushtaq Ali for the BCCI.
I was just going to come to that. How important is this tournament for these players to make their name or probably have a chance to be in the Gujarat side for Syed Mushtaq?
See, any performance is a good performance. If you see today all the BCCI tournaments, what we call Ranji Trophy, Vijay Hazare, Syed Mushtaq Ali, they are supposed to feed the Indian team. However, the IPL comes in as the biggest feeder, because what allows the players, through IPL is the platform to perform. And you can't negate, you can't ignore, you can't overlook a great performance. A Rinku Singh, a Tewatia, a Dubey, Hardik Pandya for that matter, when he made it to the Indian team. They're all probably essentially products of IPL. And if we get to see a boy scoring a brilliant 50 or a match-winning 50 of 22 balls, now how can you ignore that someone hitting Chintan Gaja for a few sixes, or someone bowling out Priyank square? Now you have to believe that the boy has some talent or potential.
Yeah, absolutely. And something that I have observed and seen is that, we say that a player is raw. Because he's raw because he hasn't seen the sort of structure that we have in the Ranji Trophy side, or the way cricket is played with a coach, with a trainer, with a physio. So here you're giving an opportunity to a raw cricketer to know what the circuit is going to look like and how he needs to prepare if he has to play for the higher level.
Absolutely. If you see today the IPL structure, with the Ricky Pontings, Jai Vardhanas, John T. Rhodeses, as coaches, and then Pat Cumminses, David Warners, all sorts of international players coming in, and Stark coming in superbly. When you share a dressing room with these top world-class players, you tend to learn a lot, because sport, you well know that cricket and sport is all about body language, discipline, work ethic, and preparation. When you start seeing a thing in its right form, when you are with the right people, you start seeing things in their right form.
Absolutely.
And that allows these boys, some of them, as you rightly said, that some of them will be allowed to work with Saurav Chauhans or Arya Desais or Chintan Gajas or Priyank Panchals, and see the work ethic, how they prepare for the game, how they approach when there is 5 overs left with 50 runs required, and how would the bowling change come in, or what sort of shot making would they select, or what sort of batting lineup they would change, or how would they approach their batting themselves. I think looking and experiencing around is the best way to learn. And I think when you share dressing room with the profound players, it allows you to introspect, it allows you for the boys who haven't got the chance to play the sport in this open up fashion.
I absolutely agree with you, because that's been my personal experience when I had gone and played for erstwhile Delhi Daredevils. It was was Kevin Peterson, who was his advice worked wonders for me, and my career graph changed drastically after that. So I'm just hoping that this league grows. We have more and more Chintan Gajas, Priyank Panchals, and the first probably Arya Desai.
And Manpreet Jadeja's, someone I remember picking him up and making a double hundred, and on a debut or a big score. But Manpreet, as a chairman of the selection committee today, I owe it to look at it in a manner which come wholesomely and not very minute. I mean, not very narrowly.
Yeah.
We need to look at it very broadly of how we look at the state today, having the best cricket stadium in the world today, the biggest one.
Correct, absolutely.
Jai Shah coming here, Mr. Jai Shah being part of Gujarat and kind of flourishing the Indian cricket today.
Right.
I mean, we owe it as former cricketers or the people that we are. We owe it to the sport who has made us today. So I think with the intent of really providing with some sort of genuine contribution, I think this entire setup is giving a lot of fulfillment of doing something which is hopefully going to turn out to be very meaningful and very resourceful for certain players who otherwise would not have gotten a chance.
Absolutely. Lovely catching up with you.
Thank you.
Good luck, and we only wish this tournament grows.
So thank you so much.
Thank you guys.